Okay, my name is Robert Llewellyn. I drive a Tesla Model S, and you might recognise me from Red Dwarf. Well, you wouldn't recognise me from Red Dwarf, but I've been in Red Dwarf for 30 years. Scrap Heap Challenge, how do they do it? I've always enjoyed engineering and cars, but not from not like a car fanatic, but I appreciated cars that went vroom. I don't have to go to anywhere and buy fuel. I don't even have to pay for the electricity that goes in the car. It comes from my solar panels on my roof. And the people that have understood that, then all the arguments about CO2, oh well, if you're using dirty coal electricity, your car's just as dirty, all those arguments are literally laughed at in quite a nasty and unpleasant, cynical, smug way, because my car emits zero CO2. It's really affecting the world in far wider ways, and it's just an alternative to using a petrol engine. It's way more than that, and that's really what fascinates me now. I traded in a very powerful petrol car for a Prius, and it changed. It was definitely a turning point in my life, yeah. The reason it's very important to put a positive spin on electric vehicles is because there is still a very, very large and very, very well-financed grouping of the fossil fuel industry and motor manufacturers who are drip-feeding negative ideas into the press, into the media, into comments on Twitter, on YouTube. The batteries don't last long enough, we have to build more power stations, it's going to melt the grid, you'll get range anxiety. All those little things are being fed in by really well-paid lobbyists and pressure groups that are defending and promoting the elongation of us using fossil fuels. It's exactly the same people who are being hired who defended the tobacco industry, the asbestos industry, although it's the same people that are doing it, exactly the same. The same actual individuals are being paid to, they're not trying to stop the uptake of electric cars, they know they can't, but they're trying to delay it for as long as they can. Because I think it's very understandable. Motor manufacturers have invested billions to produce diesel engines and petrol engines, and suddenly they're being told they can't do that anymore. So they want to keep that going for a bit longer. So that is certainly the delaying tactic, but it is companies like Tesla and like Dyson and all the Chinese companies, BYD, really huge battery companies, and we're talking multi-billion-pound companies, are going, yeah, whatever they're doing, carry on, let's make electric buses. As you've got in Nottingham, that is fantastic you have those here. So all power to Nottingham.